Here are 5 awesome games to consider picking up this Steam Summer Sale. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Darkest Dungeon. Released in 2016 on PC and now having been released on all platforms, Darkest Dungeon is a party-building, role-playing single-player experience. You are tasked to build and manage a roster of heroes to search and explore various dungeons within a gothic mansion that you, the player, have recently inherited. This game plays out via turn-based combat where your chosen party will come across various groups of foes as you try and descend deep into the dungeon to reveal its fortunes and treasures. The most impactful feature of this game is the characters. As you go along, they will develop stress and afflictions as they venture forth through the dungeon. These have a randomised chance to either hamper the player's journey or boost the hero's performance. With a variety of different hero types, you upgrade and strengthen your roster and role-playing, deciding their movesets in the heat of battle. A very engaging art style and different experience to dungeon crawling is what keeps this game interesting. It's definitely something I hadn't ever experienced, and for an indie title has certainly tickled my interest when looking towards a difficult experience that revolves more around the management and tactics when looking towards what will work best to surviving the dungeon with your full party. This game currently sits at $8.98 Australian dollars, which is equivalent to $6.20 US dollars. Definitely a steal at this price, and an experience you're likely to sink numerous hours in. Domina. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to manage your own Roman-themed gladiator producing arena combat game? If so, this is definitely the game for you. Domina tasks the player with managing their own ludus, which is like a training camp for gladiators, except they are your slaves. Here you will recruit, train and send to death or victory your own warriors, in an attempt to increase your fame and re-establish your family under the Roman Empire. This game puts you to the task of training your gladiators in preparation for the ultimate tournament at the end of the year. This game is fairly chill, relaxing experience, with the pixel art and strategy simulation offering a calmer entry into managing your own gladiatorial school. I found this game to be awesome at passing time, when studying or accompanying a YouTube video. It's not necessarily relaxing watching your men get slaughtered, but it's a game I just like to sit back and manage the ins and outs of a gladiator school. The game also offers players the chance to control the gladiators in battle, but I more often than not would let the game do the fighting for me, and I purely stuck to the management side of things. Currently $8.70 Australian dollars or $6 US, this game is always a solid purchase for a few hours of downtime, with little to no thought or stress with the gameplay. Whenever I'm asked to suggest a game to a friend, I always think of They Are Billions. Real-time strategy game meets city builder survival single-player experience. Players are pitted against a randomly generated world in which the player is tasked with creating a base sufficient to survive until and past a massive horde of zombies. Zombies will periodically attempt to break down your walls and enter your base as you explore and continue to build up your defenses over a specified amount of days. Players will gather resources to continue to grow and develop their base as they best see fit. What's incredibly interesting about this game is the domino effect that can occur with the infected destroying a building. When the building is destroyed, zombies will sprawl out of that building, multiplying as more buildings are infected, creating a devastating domino effect. This game is incredibly addictive, and the permadeath feature when your base is destroyed keeps players coming back over and over again. As someone who thoroughly enjoyed classic city builders like Age of Empires, this game really scratches that itch, putting its own post-apocalyptic spin on things. Sitting as the most expensive game on this list at $32.21 Australian or $22.32 US. Although this one is on the pricey side for a Steam sale, it's a game I highly recommend to people, and I'm always encouraging them to play and enjoy its incredibly addictive gameplay. Frostpunk. Keeping this unintentional trend of siege management and building going, I present to you Frostpunk. Set in a dreary alternate reality during the 1800s, players are set with the task of rebuilding a settlement and coping with the burdens of global cooling. Initially starting out with a handful of workers, engineers and children, you are required to build a city worthy of managing and weathering the various conditions from the cold, political dissent and general turmoil. You will build your society, forcing laws upon your people and deciding all kinds of political decisions to help your group survive. Some of these decisions include child labour, forced 24-hour work shifts, and also some choices to better your people, like improved healthcare or offering extra rations. These decisions heavily influence your gameplay. I more often than not would choose the route of a benevolent leader, when my people had utter disdain for me, but through my totalitarian regime, we were able to see eye to eye and weather the storm. Progressing through this chain of advancement, I built watchtowers that kept a close eye on the going-ons in my settlement. This game has also recently been pumping out extra DLC and content to further expand the experience, with the latest one releasing in January and another expected later this year. Currently priced at $17.18 Australian or $11.85 US. This game offers a different spin on a city builder that pits you against the weather and your own people rather than an outside influence. This War of Mine. A survival strategy game based on the Bosnian War in a fictional setting, the player is tasked with surviving, scavenging, and building to survive the war with what equipment is found or built. Players start with wonderful survivors, and whatever the player does will affect the storyline and experience. From the makers of Frostpunk, this is a similar game that players can get lost in. It's not too strenuous, and engages the player through the decision-based gameplay. Do you decide to kill your civilians for loot or not? And does choosing to kill impact the character's mentality? The player is thrown into these situations when out scavenging, and they will dictate the overall outcome. Having had a few playthroughs, I've had different experiences each time, from one of my characters being shot to another running away due to the sadness he endured robbing someone. Often slow at times, this game offers a relaxing, chill experience for players to wind down with. Currently at $7.23 Australian, or $5.02 US. This is another steal for someone looking for a more relaxed survival game.